say a word, and then you say the first thing that comes to mind. So how it goes is that I'll say 5 words, one after another, give you a chance to, insert your thought. But the first thing that comes to mind, when I say this, you say that. And I'll do it 5 times, and then JaVonne is going to do it 5 times.
Oh, Lord Jesus, 10 of them. Lord have mercy. JaVonne, you didn't tell me about this one.
No, I didn't. Because it needs to be completely off the cuff.
Yes. So these are randoms, and it just gives us a peek behind the veil.
Okay.
Okay. So let me know when you're ready.
Might as well shoot it.
Okay. Community.
Genuine.
Love.
Hate.
Comedy.
Joy.
Children.
Happiness.
Legacy.
Me.
Ooh, that was kind of deep.
Human.
Kind.
Nice. Okay, JaVonne, you're up.
Funny.
Laughter.
Peace.
That's joy.
Drag.
Life.
Personality.
Truth.
Money.
Evil.
Thank you so much, Mr. Richard Pryor Jr.
Hi, this is Indira Khan, and you're listening to and watching Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Terez on the microphone. Music, politics, or just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artist or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Let's see who we got today. Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody. Whatever it is. One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but
Oh my gosh.
yeah. But she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
All our bosses though, Jay. Like she's got our ears and
I'm gonna send y'all some tomorrow. I'll definitely get an address. I'll send y'all out tomorrow.
You can send me some cologne, because I mean, yeah. Just in case I should meet Shaka Khan, I want to smell really, nice.
Oh God.
Okie dokie, babe. Whatever you say.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing.
And I think it's time, Terez, to do a little rapid fire with Mr. Richard Pryor Jr.
I think so. So
yeah.
Look at his face. Don't worry, we won't hurt you.
Bust a bus. 9-7. Hot shit. Check it out. Hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with my 9 milli with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio, he moody, yo. Type of nigga that'll slap you with the tulio. Bitch, nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. Fuck that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she shake it make me wanna get all in the booty, yo. Top mistress into banging bitches and videos. Smiling with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all you niggas in wet clothes. Styling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you fucking with lyrical player pros. Do like you really that. Wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, ain't God we trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us, yo, we murder us. A lot of niggas is wondering and they curious. I mean, and my niggas do it, it's so mysterious. Curious, all of my niggas is serious. Shook niggas be walking around fearing us. First nigga like you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to how radio be playing us. 30 times I think she to make you delirious. Damaging everything all up in your areas. Yo, it's funny how all the chickens be always serving us. So all in between the ass, when they in between the ass, when they wanna clean the ass, when they wanna clean the ass, when they wanna clean the ass, clean the ass, clean the ass, when they wanna carry us. Hit you good, then I hit them off with the alias. Various the chickens, they wanna marry us. Yo, it's flip mode, my nigga, you know we bout to bust. 7-figure money, the label preparing us. Fight the dust instead of you making the fuss. Niggas know better cause there ain't no comparing us. Mad at us, niggas is never we fabulous. Hit my people off with the flow, that be marvelous. Oh shit, my whole clique victorious. Taking no prisoners, niggas is straight up warriors. Why you feeling that? I know you be feeling so glorious. Then I blitz and reminisce on my nigga notorious. Do you really wanna party like that? Let me see that's what you got for me. All your hands on my eyes to see. Straight buck, rockin' on the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see that's what you got for me. Straight all your hands on my eyes to see. Straight buck, rockin' with no lanes and what you saying, yo. If you really wanna party with me, the dilly, yeah. Be on the mic, my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. Violate nigga, being truly, yo. A nigga named Julio, he moody. Type of nigga that'll slap you with the tulio. This nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. The way you shake it make me wanna get all in the booty, yo. Bitches and videos. In the freak show. You feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all you niggas in wet clothes. Style out my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you fucking with lyrical player pros. Do like you really that. Wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, ain't God we trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us, yo, we murder us. A lot of niggas is wondering and they curious. I mean, and my niggas do it, it's so mysterious. Furious, all of my niggas is serious. Shook niggas be walking around fearing us. Front nigga like you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to how radio be playing us. 30 times I think you to make you delirious. Yo, it's funny how all the chickens be always serving us. So all in between the ass when they wanna carry us. Yo, it's funny how all the chickens be always serving us. So all in between the ass when they wanna carry us. Yo, it's funny how all the lanes of what you saying, yo. So all in between the ass when they wanna carry us. Yo, it's funny how all the chickens be always serving us. While up in the club like we while on the street.
Hey, Resi Poo.
Woo, what it do, Silky? I just wanna because
I was by myself.
because you came in with that banger, which will always be a banger. I would be remiss if I did not shout out my brethren, Shamello Grant, on that production of Hands Where the Eyes Can See.
That's just bombness right there.
Yes. That still goes super hard, not just hard, super hard in the clubs.
Yes.
Not that I'm in the clubs, but you know, there's something about that beat. It goes super hard in the house. How about that?
You know that's right.
That in the kitchen.
That thing right there. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom.
Yes.
And then you add bus on top of that?
I'm telling you. That's Hempstead. Stand up.
That's just crazy. That's crazy. So, how you doing, Debbie? Deb, we keeping you in our prayers.
Yes, Deb.
I could say, speak for myself that certainly, I know what you're going through, missing my dad. And, Terez also can speak to that. We all mourn and experience stuff in our own different way. And it's a beautiful thing that you have that creative outlet and way of memorializing your dad. So, and honoring him.
So what's that baby gonna look like though?
I know, right? That sounds
do you have your dad's baby picture? Is that what that is? Like, what? Help me understand that a little more, Deb.
Yeah, type it out to us. Let us know what you're up to.
Hey, Sage.
What's up, Sagey? How you doing?
Good morning, Pumpkin.
Yeah. So,
how was your week, Silky? What's going on?
How was my week? It was I was just depressed this week. It was a rough week for me, man.
Really? How so?
I was just depressed. I was just really, really depressed. I was really freaking sad and depressed. It was crazy.
So you were sad and depressed, or just sad?
No, I was sad and depressed. It was pitiful up in here. Up in here. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Then I had a moment where I thought I could see something bright in the future, because I think with depression, and I do tend to do I want to say suffer? I go through depressed stages periodically. I think it has to do with my reclusive nature. But I think being able to see the light and being hopeful for the future oftentimes helps me to snap out of that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember during a meeting at work, there was something in particular going on that, made me feel a little hopeful. Like I liked what we were doing, like in that meeting. I liked the fact that we were actually rallying around someone who was struggling.
Okay.
But and I was feeling hopeful in the moment. And then at the end of the meeting, what's the word? I felt what's that thing when you've been sabotaged, like maybe sabotage is the word, but I don't feel like I was sabotaged. I feel like at a certain point things were revealed to me that there was all this background stuff that I did not have knowledge of that I was hit with.
Okay.
And it was a negative reflection of things that I was doing.
Okay.
That I, had no idea about. And that, when people try to hit you with something and it's like, what?
Are these opinions we're talking about?
Let's just say people not being honest or people going behind your back and people doing slippery stuff and all that kind of, just like and it was like, come on, drama, but not high drama.
Mm-hmm.
On that particular day, somebody could have just said, I don't like your shirt. And that would have put me right back down into that hole I was trying to climb out of. You understand what I'm saying? So typically that kind of shit doesn't bother me. I don't care what you say. I know I'm always doing the best I can do. So, hey.
Right.
If I'm not doing well,
right.
What's the consequences? I'm doing the best I can do. Right. You got to do what you got to do. I got to do what I got to do. But I was like, what? I was like, yo.
Well, and I'm not by no means summing it up. Are you an empath?
Yeah.
Aha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
we this last year, coming up on a year, right? Well, actually, maybe no. This last year, because we got hints in January, and then it went into the full effect. So I'm just gonna say this last year has been particularly tumultuous on a lot of us. And you know how they say you learn a lot about people when you go to funerals and weddings and things like that, or vacation, or live with them. It's a lot of learn about people's factors. But this pandemic, this simultaneous pandemic, I'll say, and you've always heard me say we have been living in two of them. One of them is older than the other, the racism, and the fact that the two of them collided together did not help. We damn sure didn't need anything going on with health on top of racism. Okay, but it has been the straw. It has messed with people's decisions. It is. People have not been like, you really know whether or not you can really do battle. Cadillac, hey, you can really do battle just based on, just really based on. And a lot of people are not taking care of themselves, and if you notice, all roads lead back to self-care, because with this, with you, and I'm not going to reveal what you do for a living, but
thank you for that.
I know that I understand that you need to pour in just as much as you pour out.
Yeah.
Because if not, you do kind of set up the possibility of a sinking space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need extra care. Like, I just wish I could just pour some of care, like icing on you, like on a weekly basis, and like rub you down in care oil, that kind of deal. Pause. But you know what I'm saying.
There's some care oil. I like it.
But you know what I'm saying. Just
yeah, I do.
Making sure
I get it,
that you take care of yourself. Like yesterday, I got into I'm practicing my baths again. Sometimes I get in there with movies and stuff like that. I get in and I'll just that makes me stay in the tub and not have my mind wandering all over the place. If I bring a good movie in there, and I'll, just soak and fill it up with like things that I like, that are bubbly.
Yeah,
and
that's nice.
Take a moment. And I suggest you do that as well. I hear you've been doing more walking. Did you walk this week?
No, I have not walked, but I did actually take 2 bubble baths this week. Normally, actually, I've always historically loved bubble baths, but since we moved in this house, I could probably count on one hand the number of bubble baths I've taken, which is so funny, because one of the biggest attractions for me for this house was the tub. We have a big, deep. I was like, yeah. But the thing about that tub is when it's cleaning it.
Oh, no problem. And listen, because I'm on my bath ministries, I'll come over and take a bath in your tub. I do that.
Well, come on by. Come on by.
I'm going to find the perfect rubber ducky for you. You need to take some baths, man. Let's just get back into the bubble bath. I know what to get you now.
But check it out. So what I did this week, because I knew I was in desperate need of healing. Okay. My spirit was sinking so low that even my favorite gospel music wasn't doing it for me.
Ooh.
And that's one of my go-tos. So I went up to the guest bathroom that has the smaller tub, the regular tub, you know what I'm saying? And took a bath in there, and that started to soothe me.
See there?
So I took 2 bubble baths with some Epsom salt, because after that shoveling and
it's good to put salt in there anyway.
Yeah,
draw out whatever's going on. It's just a nice soak,
Yeah, it was soothing, and it's helped me to get into a good space. Also, you know what? Wednesday night, and we have to have Patrick back on, because I was so depressed on Wednesday that it was hard for me. To, even though I was present, I was engaged, but I just kind of, I looked at some of the pictures that he posted, and I was listening, and I'm making these faces, and I didn't like the faces that I was making, and I know those faces, and those faces were no reflection of anybody except for me. And what that face is me trying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
It wasn't my natural goofy, I'm entertaining you as you entertain us face. Does that make sense?
Okay. But you're living in your head a little bit.
A lot. Always.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because it didn't come off that way, And you say that we can't have Patrick back. Absolutely.
Right. Because I love him. I absolutely freaking love him.
Yeah.
And I hope, but one thing that he kept saying that I was like, oh God, I hope he doesn't feel it. He kept talking about his vibration and vibrating high and drawing certain things, positive energy towards him. And I know I was on the inside down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, because, and sometimes it's really weird. You can feel people through this electronic gadget, through this energy, you don't have to be in a room to feel someone's energy with them. You don't have to be together in a room.
Empaths don't.
Yeah. I can feel you through, through this thing. And that, I was hoping, I was like, this guy has something, and he can feel energy. He can feel energy. I could feel that he could feel energy. And I was like, please don't feel mine. Please don't feel mine. Is he feeling it?
No. No.
I was all up in here, but anyway.
No, he's good money, and Patrick is a ball of fire.
He's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's a sweetheart. Good energy was coming from him.
Mm-hmm.
I have to put this out here that on Wednesday also, because I knew we were going to be doing a show, and I knew how bad I was feeling. And thank you all who are watching and listening and everything, who come through, because you all saved me that day, because I felt like I had to, I have a responsibility, and consistency is key. If you're trying to do something like this, you need to be there. And
wait, pause for that. You need to show up being who you are.
Yes, that's true.
And rely on the fact that if you don't have it some days, others may and can pull you through. And the fact that you show up is your best step forward, and be easy on your, like, this is the time we got to all be gentle and easy with our spirits, because if we're going to continue to be as hard as we are, and the world is, and all this extraterrestrial bullshit that we have to go through on a regular basis, we won't make it. We won't survive it. If this has taught us nothing, it's to lean on each other when we need support.
Exactly. So, and with that being said, I called Pop.
There we go.
And before the show, I said, "Can I have? You have 2 minutes?" He said, 2 minutes starting now. Go. Shady. Ooh, he's so shady, but that's why I love him. So I called him, and it took clearly longer than 2 minutes. And Pop, I love you for that. See, I'm the type of person, I do not forget certain things.
Uh-huh.
I know. I see. Don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
No. Give it no time. Give it no time. Give it nothing. Give it your nothing.
Okay.
Give it your nothing.
Oh, I was looking at these pictures that
Okay.
that Debbie sent.
Oh my God.
This baby looks so real. Debbie, I tell you, these babies.
Debbie, did she send it to me?
If she didn't, I'm gonna send it to you.
But it has to be not a text. It has to be like email or on Facebook or something like that. And then I can bring it up for everybody to see if that's okay.
Well, I don't know if it's a finished product. She may not want us to show it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Debbie, if you want us to show it to everyone, please send it, direct message it to me on Facebook Messenger, and I will bring it up.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I want you to see him anyway. But ooh, unbelievable. It's so lifelike. It's scary. These pictures. Oh, I'm sorry. What we're referring to is Debbie Turner. She is Deb. While you're here, why don't you share with everybody what we're talking about right now, and what do you call yourself? Because I know you're not called the baby painter. You know, you actually design lifelike dolls. You know, like you do lifelike dolls. Okay, she said you can show it. Cool. All right.
Did you send it to me?
I'm going to send it to you right now. So where do you want it? Preferred method?
Facebook Messenger or in the email.
Okay.
You're, by the way, listening to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez. You're watching
WJBR
Internet Radio.
Boom, 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 boom. And I just want to also, because we're in the age of Aquarius.
Yes, we are.
And I would be remiss in my responsibility of life not to mention some of my favorite Aquarians that are celebrating birthdays. Okay, we have to.
Let's do it.
Now you know. My wife had her birthday, right?
And my mom had hers.
And your mom had hers. And then I want to give a shout out.
Favorite Aquarians.
There you go. There you go. Also, who's got a birthday this weekend? And let me just say this. My girl, Cadillac. That would be Cat. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to call her whole government out because she may be listening. But Cat is celebrating her birthday this weekend. We're going to turn all the way up to disrespectful levels.
I thought you was going to give an age.
Well, no. We don't see. I can't do that. What I can do, because she killed me. But what I will say, well, it's no shame in her age game because she doesn't, she's spry. She got more energy than most, But, just for the sake of me being okay today, I won't say it. But I will say that ladies, and I mean healthy, productive, single ladies. And what I mean by healthy is healthy mentally and physically healthy ladies. If you would like to meet a fly-ass bachelorette lady that is doing her damn thing in the world, holla at your girl. DM me. Because Cadillac is single and ready to mingle. Happy birthday, Cadillac. Love you.
Happy birthday. But I heard she got her eye on a particular singing diva, so.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, see?
That's what I heard.
Listen.
That's the word on the street anyway.
Oh, boy. Well, no comment there. I'm gonna leave that right there. And, and Cat's going to be Cat,
Therapy dolls.
But what I can say is therapy dolls, rebirth doll artists. There we go. I'm going to get you some of these rebirth doll artist pictures. Thank you, Deb.
Did you send it to me?
I'm sending it. It's a lot of pictures. I'm going to load them up right now.
Okay.
Because you can't.
All right, so then that's gonna take a while for for me to upload it. But now, I want to also give a shout out to Sonia and her mom. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sonia.
And let me just say this. You know, I understand that there are some people that are either pushing a thing, have cognitive or mental health issues. I don't know, just different things. But people ought to be really, really careful what they post, what they comment, because things may not be taken the way you mean it. People have to be really, really careful with the way they document and comment and post things on social media. Everybody. Okay.
You have an example?
Yeah, for example, if I were to say, what would you do if someone died? Someone who's alive and well, out of the random blue. That could be taken as a threat. You understand what I mean?
Okay.
Especially if you appear to be obsessed. So, I'm just saying people should be very, very careful with how they comment things. We are not in the habit of blocking people,
but we can,
and we will. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there. If you comment once, we see it, we see you, we hear you. That's enough. And that's the last time I'm going to say that.
All right.
Yeah.
Studio. You don't wanna violate, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio. He moody, yo. Type of nigga that'll slap you with the tulio. Bitch, nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. Fuck that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she shake it make me wanna get all in the booty, yo. Top mistress at the banging bitches and videos. Wildin' with my freak like we up in the freak shit.
That is so fierce. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna play some music right now or something. And yeah, after these messages, we'll be right back.
I know what she's going to do.
Well, at least attempt. Eventually, by the end of today, it'll be done. Let's put it like this.
All righty.
You know what? How about...
We've just gotten the okay sign from the producer.
Yeah. See
there? This was what happens, and we're live. So you know what? This is like theater. You can't make it up.
Done.
Waiting for your call, tossing, turning, my heart's burning from the things I saw. I'm sorry, baby, you can't blame me, I just can't be you. I'm so fed up, time to get up, baby, we are through. I thought that what we had would never end, but now it's too late for my heart to mend. And all the one we had was good. I got to make this understood. When you stay out all night long. I know you got to make money. Bring your loving home. Bring it home. Now what's that man in the street that's taking up all of your time? 'Cause if you ain't loving me, I wanna know who is going to love me. Tell me if you don't want me around. Wanna make me love somebody. I wanna love somebody. If you keep on treat me the way you don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Wanna make me love somebody. I wanna love somebody. If you keep on treat me the way you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. Love somebody. I'm gonna love somebody. You gonna make me love somebody. I'm gonna love somebody. You love somebody. You gonna make me love somebody. I need love just like you do. Tell me who you've been giving it to. I'm gonna love somebody. She's gonna love somebody. Keep on, keep on, keep on. I'm gonna love somebody. She's gonna love somebody. Keep on, keep on, keep on. I'm gonna love somebody, baby. She's gonna love somebody. Keep on, love somebody. Between your thighs, I'm gonna love somebody. She's gonna love somebody. Keep on, baby. I'm gonna be gone. Keep on, oh, baby. I'm gonna be gone.
I know. I'm just gonna stop that. I was gonna get.
Woohoo!
Don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Okay. Listen, that was, that, and I didn't know that when you block somebody, it shows up blocked. And
Did it show up? Everybody could see that?
everybody can see it. And they gave, and Sonia even gave a thumbs up. Yes, be gone. It's like interrupting our little situation.
You know what? I didn't know that everybody would see that.
That's a good thing.
But now that everybody sees it, yes, it was done. And I did it. And girl, don't do it. I ain't gonna do it. Don't do it. I ain't gonna do it.
This is Aquarius season, and we are in the age of Aquarius. Yes,
I did it. I did it.
Done. The dawning and done, right?
Yes. Hey Keith, how you doing, darling?
Keith Anthony, Fluid.
Yes, and Charlene, that's Miss Charlene. That's one of my favorite songs by the Jones Girls. Also, Misty J, good luck with the job.
Yes, you got it, Misty J. Don't worry about all of that. Just go in there and ask them where they want your desk set up. That's it.
Sorry, Kat. Happy birthday, but Shaka Khan is taken. Now that last comment, I didn't mind probably for algorithms, that's good. The more people, the more comments you give, the better. I don't care. But when you start talking about what would you do if somebody was dead, are you crazy? Don't do that. No. The first thing I would do is report your ass and send that comment to the FBI or whoever the hell.
Yeah, and it's funny because there are not a lot of, well, there are. I'm sorry, let me strike that. There are quite a few. We engage with our chat audience, our chat audience, family. So and we're constantly watching and monitoring the chats as we speak because we draw you guys into the conversations. So when we see somebody doing crazy, don't think we don't see it. We do. We just give each other signals, and JaVonne, boop boop, takes care of the business, and that's it. Right.
Yeah.
And Misty Jade already reported and blocked. Amen. Look, see what I'm talking about.
That's why we family. That's why.
Oh, speaking of family, I would like to give the warmest and gooeyest shout out to my sister Angela Baker Johnson, who's probably watching or listening. And I just want, and if you are Angela, you better say hi. You better give us a hi. But I just want to give her a shout out and send an abundance of love her way. What's that? A registration? Yes, it is. Registration is still open. Yes, it is, for the LGBT Arts and Culture Music Festival. So please go to lgbtmusicfest.com while you can. While you can, to be able to make sure that you get your space. And I'm telling you that when they open those, well, not that they're closed, because I've been to Mexico in the pandemic and was fine and was, and just took all the precautions that I take here and had an amazing time. But you need an abundance of vitamin D, right? One of the things actually that they said that helps, particularly people of color, but helps, is to get vitamin D. Now, you can take supplements, or you can just rely on the biggest source of vitamin D that exists, which is the sun. Period. So, went and got some vitamin D, and can I tell you what that did to my soul and overall existence in this pandemic? So, I say this to say, step your vitamin D game up, come get some sun, come hang out, lgbtmusicfest.com. 4 nights, 5 days at a 5 diamond luxury starting, and it's Memorial Weekend. I'm sorry, it's May 28th through June 1st, Memorial Day weekend. Thanks, Pop. Yes.
I am definitely going to get my vitamin D on today. I'll tell you that much, because the sun is, girl, can I tell you that I've been in this basement not getting any kinds of sun? And that's probably adding to the depression.
It is, actually. It's not even probably, it is.
And so, and then when I did go out to get sun, I ended up, I went out to clean and shovel the car. So that was not fun.
Well, sun and exercise then.
Yeah, I got it both. And then I came into the house achy because my knees are like not what they used to be. Walking up the stairs, screamed out, "Ow, my knees!" After I took one of my luxurious bubble baths, that really prompted it. And then got on Facebook, and all of a sudden I had all these knee and joint ads. So I just want to remind everybody that if you have Alexa in your house,
she's listening.
She's listening. I want to put these pictures up.
Ooh, look at that. Now that is
a doll, lady.
That's a doll. These are dolls. Look at that. These are dolls. And let me see. Let me go back and see what Deb calls them. Let's see.
That one right, that picture right there, man.
Yeah, she is a reborn doll artist. And these are therapy dolls, and they're made for people who love dolls. These are collected by adults. And I'm pretty sure if you got like a contract for like a nursing home or something like that, maybe we should work on that. Get a contract for a nursing home or some places where, you know, people would, they use therapeutic dolls. Where do they use those?
Oh, Lord.
Wow. They are so lifelike.
Yeah, this is amazing work. And now I'm lost. I just did that special thing right there.
Wow.
Can't get back to my comments. Huh?
Wow. That's, whew.
Well, why I can't get back
The craftsmanship, because she literally puts them together, paints them, everything, you know, like the craftsmanship is amazing. So shout out to Debbie Turner for that. And I believe, Debbie, if you can, put in your information in the chat where people can find you if they're interested in these kind of dolls. And if you have a little baby girl maybe that likes dolls, she can make one special up for you. Put your information in the chat, Deb.
While we are celebrating and promoting others, let us not miss this opportunity to
boom. Yes.
And promote.
Yes.
Virtual All Boys Aren't Blue. And you can RSVP for free tickets, apparently. So this is going to be February 8th, which is Monday, right?
Yep.
What do you know about this that you can tell us?
Well, what I know is this event is backed by a lot of heavy bangers. Inhale Entertainment, which is Nathan Hale Williams, and it's partnered with Metro Health. And it's a virtual, well, this is the pre-party, right? And let me just get you some information really quickly on it. You can RSVP. You can RSVP for the event, and it's going to be a dramatic reading of George M. Johnson's Boys Aren't All Blue, directed by Nathan Hale Williams, who we love, and it's sponsored by Metro Health of DC. And this is in support of National Black HIV and AIDS Awareness. Metro Health DC, in partnership with Nathan Hale Williams and Harlem 2020, sponsors this pre-live party, and it's being hosted by the fabulous Rodney Chester and friends, with DJ Poison Ivy at the Lambda Lounge, and filmed for the reading of All Boys Aren't Blue. The partnership represents a celebration of the film's dramatic reading on Monday, February 8th, starting with a special pre-live party at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's see, it premieres, George Matthew Johnson's amazing Amazon Best Book of the Year, critically acclaimed book, All Boys Aren't Blue. It's a memoir manifesto recently optioned by Gabrielle Union and Sony TV for television. So when each of our Black and brown brothers and sisters receive the needed HIV primary care and essential mental health and substance abuse services, our communities will then have real fighting chance to rid the health disparities that are disproportionately affecting our communities. So that's what it is in a nutshell. That's the promo piece I just read for it. And, you know, join in, it's free, and you just have to, you know, RSVP.
Exactly. So it looks like Background Betty's going to be a part of it.
Yes. Background Betty. Well, when she's public, she's Monifa.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Monifa.
That's Background Betty for the show purposes, but
right. Monifa.
Yes.
Reading.
She is doing part of Rodney is doing the pre-party, so they're gonna get on, and I'm sure it's going to be fun and informative. You know, I don't know actually what the agenda is on that part of it, but I know that, you know, whatever it is, it's going to be a good time for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can log on. You know, weekdays it's hard, especially Mondays. I can't be reliable for anything on a Monday night. But I've been blessed so far on Wednesday nights that I've been able to sneak away.
Yeah, I'm just grateful to hear that the show has been picked up, and Gabrielle Union is going to be with Sony, is going to be bringing it to television.
That is amazing.
And I'm all for any works that are reflective of people of color and projects and collaboration. So, you know.
Exactly. And you know what? I've been thinking this month, Black History Month, and we all know that we celebrate Black History every day.
Third day.
Yeah, 365, right? But I was thinking for today's show, I was going to upload something, because even most of us don't know everything there is to know about our history. We just weren't taught. You can always learn something new.
It's so much. It's so much.
Yeah, there's so much. There's so much that has been hidden, kept secret, and just not taught. So I was looking on YouTube to see if there was something maybe I could download and put up something like maybe the most simple thing we would start with.
Mm-hmm.
And then move on. And so I said, okay, it said Black History Month for school, for elementary school. I said, okay, we can start there. Let's fine. Let's just, Terez, I was like, really? Wow. They had a picture of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. They got together to end slavery, and they did.
Oh my God.
That's what I was like, oh.
Black history does not start at slavery. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, okay, no, we can't do that. However, I saw, I'm big on watching TikToks. I'm not big on making them. I might duet some, when they're really funny or really, like have a good poignant message. But there was this African sister, right? And she was like, come on, America, what are you doing? You stole our brothers and sisters, and now you're charging them $200 to do a DNA test to find out where they're from? Bring them home, we want them home, You should, every one of them need to get a free DNA test if that's what they want. If they want to know where they come from, you should be obligated to let them know for free where they come from, and give them free money to go home. Like,
sounds about right to me.
Now see, when you talk about, that's a good idea. Let me tell you something, man. When I took that DNA test to Ancestry and whatever the hell, it really did something for me.
And where did you find your stuff?
Okay, so I have one thing that was interesting was the Native American blood. Even though, my grandmother told me that her grandmother was a Native American woman, had these long braids and blah blah blah. She didn't speak, but whatever, her grandmother. So I kind of knew that maybe there might be that. So it's a small percentage, and yeah, that's that. So it's like, you can't tell me to go back to anywhere. Even if you got one drop of Native American blood, this is your land, period. Right? That's how I've always felt that. But what was most interesting, actually, the white blood was a little interesting too, to be honest. I can't remember where the hell it's from, those people. But I had like 6%. I'm like 20%, whatever. anyway, they break it all down into percentages, and the white blood is like 20%, and it's all mixed up in different places, but a highest percent from Scandinavia. That's where it's from. It's like fucking Vikings. What, Scandinavians, like Vikings? What? Anyway, but the most interesting piece of it was Togo. From Togo, which, okay, so I looked it up, and Togo was always a thriving kind of country, and had a lot of commerce and just different things. She's milk and cream. So silly. We're all milk and cream, but some just have more cream, more coffee than cream. Let's put it like that. It was very interesting, and so I did a little research on Togo, because I had never really, looked at it before. But it has a big shore, and it showed where what I found showed where the enslaved were taken through this church on the beach. They bring them in to teach them Christianity. And when they would come out, they would grab them and drag them onto these boats through the back door. So you going in, don't know that your brethren who are already in are being dragged. It's just a weird kind of story that I came across. But it was it was something. It also, because it was historically, there were a lot of learned people. They were known to have a thriving economy, smart, educated to whatever degree they were educated back then. And my family landed in Virginia in the 1700s. Which is interesting because, and I already knew that
Virginia, West or what? Which one?
Virginia, where the capital is Richmond.
Okay.
My grandmother was born in Virginia, actually, and her father had inherited. They lived on the plantation, not plantation, but the 40 acres. See, so in my family, I am able to track the 40 acres that was supposed to be given to every person. That every person did not get that. Every family did not get that. In my family, we did get the 40 acres. But it was also then stolen back by the government through lies of taxation. And when my great grandfather died and the land went to his sisters, the government told them that they had owed $500, or I don't know what it was. They gave them $500 and told them that they had to confiscate the land, or it was some stupidness. It was something stupid. But the family basically got $500 for the land. 40 acres of land. For 40 acres of land.
Yeah. And then I remember, it's making me reflect on the show that we have where Jane Elliott was with us, and we were talking about reparations, and just I do agree that education needs to be a part of the reparations package, and but I also believe that there needs to be a land and monetary reparation, just to be able to have people um, the word compensated comes to mind, but you can't compensate any of it, but you can start, on a regular basis, ensuring that some things are different in this country with resources and allocations of such. But
yeah, it's just reparations. But I like the idea now, but once they get that DNA sample, they need to throw it away because they'll be using it to frame people. You know how this government is slimy. They're just not slimy, they're grimy.
Well,
I would recommend it for everybody. But I don't trust the government with the DNA samples. So, but I did it. And it made me feel like I knew something more about myself that I didn't know before. It was kind of empowering. It really was empowering.
Nice.
To some degree. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I mean, they could tell you anything. How do I know? I'm not a scientist, so but it made sense, and I didn't give them any information to let them know that my family was from Virginia or anything like that. So if I don't even think I checked the black or white box. So I don't know how they knew what they knew outside of the DNA. Maybe it's true. Wow. How many people in Togo are letting them, I don't know, test their DNA to say for certain that,
Well, we got the big game tomorrow. Who you got?
Neither. I don't care.
No?
I'm going to watch it, but I don't care who wins. My team is not playing.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to provoke anything there. Sorry.
They haven't played in a while, but when they play, they win.
That's true. No, that's true.
When they get there.
The boys in blue.
Yeah. When, I'm a Giants fan. I make no bones about that. And they have not been doing well for the past
90 years.
No, 8 years. Only the Cowboys been 90 years and still act like that. We're America's team. Honey, please. You ain't been America's team since 1900 and something.
Oh,
what's interesting? I saw something, a little thing on TikTok where a guy was asking, saying, here's my ID. You need to see my ID. And the guy was like, no, that's okay. I can see the one from here. He said, the one? He said, yeah, in the beginning of the year you were born. So you could come in. So anybody born in 19 anything at this point will be 21 this year.
Okay.
19 anything.
Will be 21 this year.
That's crazy, right? Or right? Or 22. They're already 21. Right? I don't know how that works. Whatever. I can't count right now. So what are you talking about, Brandon, about these neighbors, the video?
No. First,
what's he talking about?
That goes right back to our initial conversation. I know what he's talking about, unfortunately, because people send a lot of things to my DM. Unfortunately, there was an incident that occurred, but it goes right back to, for the sake of not re-traumatizing or triggering, that goes right back to self-care and how sometimes, some arguments, people are rageful and angry in these streets, and unfortunately there was a major situation that occurred that I still can't believe I watched. But at the end of the day, do all you can to support those and yourself first, like put the mask on you and then your children, your mental health. You have to. You just cannot. If you had anything right now, is the time to do a whole lot of things while we're at a pause, or the nation slow down. Because one thing that is inevitable, this time in this historic moment will pass. And if you got caught slipping, and not trying to dig into maybe an extra skill set or possibly what you can do to help yourself, or a new skill, hobby, enhance your art, whatever the hell it is you do, or want to do. Fear is fake. Fear is fake. Just know that. Put your foot out there. Only way you fail is because you didn't put your foot out. That's it. That's it. There's no such thing as failure. It's all fake, because everything even you get in the perception of failure is experience. You still get the experience, so you're a winner, period. Go on out there and do what you got to do.
I like it. I like it. Brandon, this is for you. This is for you, Brandon.
Down in Georgia, got a dance that's new. Ain't nothing to it, it's easy to do. Call, shake that thing. Oh, shake that thing. I'm getting sick and tired of telling you to shake that thing. Now the old folks are doing it, the young folks too, but the old folks learn the young ones what to do about shaking that thing. Ah, shake that thing. I'm getting sick and tired of telling you to shake that thing. Now, Grandpapa Johnson grabbed Sister Kate. He shook her like you shake jelly on the plate. How he shook that thing. Oh, he shook that thing. I'm getting sick and tired of telling you to shake that thing. Why, there's old Uncle Jack, the Jelly Roll King. He's got a hump in his back from shaking that thing, yet he still shakes that thing. But old man, how he can shake that thing. And he never gets tired of telling young folks, out and shake that thing. Now, it ain't no Charleston, ain't no pigeon wing. Nobody has to give you no lesson to shake that thing when everybody can shake that thing. Oh, I mean, shake that thing. I'm getting tired of telling you how to shake that thing. With this kind of music, who wouldn't shake that thing?
Miss Ethel Waters.
Waters, it's interesting. It's interesting that she's somewhere in my family tree, Ethel Waters.
Really?
On my mother's side. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Crystal and I have some what's the word? Some discussions to have. Yeah.
Really? Y'all have spoken about that?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Yeah.
Yeah, because when she was on the show some years ago, she was telling me that, and I was like, wow. That she's related. How are you related to Ethel Waters?
My mother's aunt, my great aunt, used to tell her, and it's a long twisted story, but it's through my mother's side, I can tell you, my mother's side, and I have like a whole stack of names and folks that can confirm this that way, you know. And honestly, I was very young, and at the time didn't know a lot about Ethel Waters. As I grew up, of course, they taught me, but I didn't know that. So, you know, and I have to match some names and do some digging. I have not done, although I do have a family member that is doing a family tree.
Nice.
I have not done a family tree, you know, that way. But it's been something I've been thinking about. So it's in the contemplative mode. But yeah.
I'm wondering how many of the listeners, our family who's watching right now, how many of y'all have actually done a family tree, or someone in your family has done it and you peeped it? Because I think from the time I was a teenager, I've always been interested in my lineage, and I started doing the family trees. Actually, I even started a page on Facebook because our family's so scattered, and a lot of our family members that are descendants from the last known slaves, enslaved people.
Folks.
Yeah, the last enslaved members of my family, their descendants, I try to keep in touch with them in some kind of way, or at least to educate them, because a lot of them are generations younger than me. So I want them to know, you know, their history, their lineage, at least about those the last survivors that ensured that they made it here.
Right. And if for nothing else, so that you won't date your cousins.
Yeah, that too. That too. You know, but at this point, you know, they're so the DNA pool is so far, and it wouldn't, I don't think, too much make a difference. I don't know. Not that I want to date any of them, but
you wouldn't know.
But you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. You know, don't you think it's interesting how far music has come to? Because that was considered risque.
Yeah,
it's time.
That thing. That's like twerking.
Basically, you know, shake that thing, and then we went from shake that thing to the window to the wall to the sweat drop down.
My balls.
Where have we failed ourselves? Fuck. Like how do we go from shake that thing to the window to the yin yang twins? Like, I mean, you know.
Yeah. You know what? There's this Ma Rainey, who recently, there was the movie Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and everybody was talking about that.
Shout out to Viola Davis.
Yes, absolutely. And who did a wonderful job. And Ma Rainey was known to be bisexual or lesbian. And check out this song by Ma Rainey. It's called Prove It On Me. I know I'm taking y'all back, but we all need to know the history of our music.
When I last night had a big fight, everything seemed to go wrong. I looked up to my surprise, the gal I was with was gone. Where she went, I don't know. I mean to follow everywhere she goes. Folks said I'm crooked. I didn't know where she took it. I want the whole world to know. They say I do it. Ain't nobody caught me. You got to prove it on me. And out last night with a crowd of my friends, them upstairs women, cause I don't like no men. It's true I wear color and a tie.
So yeah, that's just a piece of it. But
Mhm.
what she's saying is, I was hanging out with women because I don't like men. Yeah, I wear a collar and a tie, but that, but you can't prove it on me. If you ain't see me do it, then you can't prove I did it, because it used to be illegal
Yes.
for gays and lesbians to wear clothes that was meant for the opposite gender.
And I'll go here too. In fact, and you're right about that. And I'll piggyback by saying that in certain bars, in fact, and I'll just say New York City because that's where I hail. You had to have, particularly if and back then it was called cross dressing, but you had to have a stitch of clothing that represented your born gender in order to not be arrested if you were hanging out in any of the bars.
Yeah, but not only in the bars, that was just the law.
Period. Yeah.
Because I know that everybody likes to talk about the big, but my aunts, I have a lot of LGBT lesbian and some gay guys, but a lot of lesbians in my family. Like my mom was raised by a pack of lesbians.
A pack of
yeah.
Well, and she turned out just fine, didn't she?
Yeah, she did all right. And but it's true. And they used to tell me, and they had this group, this social group called the Lesamies, but it was spelled LES, but they pronounced it the Leamies, whatever. And the old butches, even though by the time I came along and by the time I was in my 20s is when I would hang out with them and go on trips with them and so forth and so on. The butchers would still wear lipstick out of habit or earrings, like feminine earrings, but they would because they were accustomed to, and they knew that they always had to have a stitch of feminine clothing on, like undergarments, more than just a bra. I think it was the rule was 2 or 3. I don't know what the number was. Wow. And when they would have house parties, because those house parties would be busted up by the police. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew that they lived in Brooklyn, and people would spray paint on the house, the gay house.
Wow.
And put derogatory stuff. Gay back then was not a compliment, and it wasn't just, okay, so you gay. No, that was saying something bad about you. It was a negative connotation sort of thing.
Right. Ignorance.
Yeah, I know a lot of people reference Stonewall. And people don't even, speaking of Black history, people don't even realize, the Black people who were involved with Stonewall,
How about Black, gay, trans?
Yes.
Folks started Stonewall.
Right.
They decided they had enough. And, Stonewall has, I'm glad. Thank you for bringing that up, because, there's some history there. And shout out to my fave, Marsha P. Johnson, who is written to have started thrown the first brick basically in the Stonewall riots. And it wasn't, and we have a even in the LGBT community, we have a tendency to be erased from some of the history there. Yeah. Because the riots that lasted a series of days until we were able to get rights, and fighting for things started with the Black, gay, trans. And historically right now, we need to get that part together with our Black, gay, trans brothers and sisters, because they've been out there on the front line since day one.
Forever.
Yeah. And they're just not receiving their respect.
Right. Yeah. And what I've been saying also all along is that until Black trans lives matter, Black lives can't matter. How can you say Black lives matter except for that woman or that man or that person or that, There's no exceptions. If all lives matter, then all Black lives matter. And if all Black lives matter, that means all Black trans lives matter. So everybody matters. And until that's true, then everybody doesn't matter.
We just have to live. We just have to continue to cultivate the land and the America we want to see, the world we want to see, by and large, and teach our children. It was a great time with Avery Sunshine on the show the other week when she mentioned when she mentioned that her children have trans kids in their school, and how they were like, so as a matter of fact about it, and just letting them live, and just letting them be and exist in the world free of harm and free of ridicule, and it was just amazing that they have that melting pot experience. And I always say that, and I've always had the mindset that if you don't have a melting pot, a mixture of things, you are discrediting and discounting your children, because they don't get the luxury of having had an enriched experience with the culture of the world, because the world doesn't only look like them,
Exactly.
It doesn't. So you don't want your child at 22 years old running into their first, maybe whatever, doesn't matter, first Black person, first whatever it is, and feeling away, or just feeling out of sorts, or just not knowing how to integrate with another culture outside of their own, because other cultures do exist, period.
Absolutely. Let me just say that one of the things that I did when I took those 2 bubble baths this week, I'm so proud of those bubble baths. I'm telling you, it was so soothing. It was so soothing. I'm like, JaVonne, you've been denying yourself. It makes no sense. Long showers are nice for what they're nice for. And that's what I've been doing for the past few years, on a regular basis, every day, actually, every day, every night. But taking long, luxurious baths, oh my God. What I did was I brought my my laptop into the bathroom with me, and I rewatched that show from the beginning. And the first hour with just you and me was just so entertaining for me. So, I really, really enjoy this show. And I mean, watching it back later, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this show, but not that I'm not enjoying our conversation. I am completely crazy, but I'm going to tell you, anybody who did not watch the Avery Sunshine show last week, you gotta watch that show.
Yeah,
it was bananas. Avery Sunshine. It was such what do you call it? Like an effervescent spirit and energy. Terez and I were doing our regular banter, which was very entertaining. And I don't know if I love it because it's us and I love us both, but
I haven't reached that level of narcissism yet. I don't know.
Is that narcissism that I love myself?
No, that's not narcissism.
I mean, I love myself more when I'm in this mode. This is the JaVonne that I enjoy, not the moody broody.
Well, here's the thing. Embrace all of your parts. They all need love. All of them. Just know that sometimes, and that way people don't get, I remember the folks can get an impression of you, one impression of one of your parts. You know what I mean? Just one of your parts. And they can be in love with that part. So then when another part shows up that's not so loving, they're like, taken aback, like, I thought you were. No, sweetheart, I am many things. And today I'm a grumpy little bitch.
Yeah. I can't believe
you love me through it.
I can't believe that it showed for everybody to see that we blocked that person. It's crazy.
Wow.
That is crazy. So I guess that goes to show that we haven't blocked anyone before. And like Like if there was somebody I just got annoyed with and just wanted to block them, that would show up. It's good to know.
Well, there's nothing wrong. That's what you call being that's being direct, not passive aggressive. Like you were intentionally removed for the following violations, and we do have, contrary to popular belief, we do have a set of principles that we'd like to govern. This show is about supporting. This show is about giving artists and whoever else that comes through and blesses us with their presence, uplifting them. We are yes, we talk about some current events and things that are going on in the world and our opinions of sorts, but we are not on here doing any crazy stuff, well, at least we don't think so, or harmful things,
Yeah, no.
in the chat or live. And and we've had some controversial conversations,
Absolutely.
We have.
Absolutely. Oh, speaking of controversial, not that this is controversial at all, but it is historic that the stimulus, the $1.9 billion stimulus plan, like it or don't, that's not my discussion because, I'm not that savvy. But what is historic is that it was a 50-50 split. And it was a Black woman named Kamala who broke the tie and said, the vice president says I, and therefore it is passed. Bing!
AKA, get them folks their money. Get them folks their coins.
You know what I'm saying?
I just wish we had a better, and again, there's always room for improvement, right? So I just wish that we were giving monthly allotments for folks because there has been extreme economic impact to a lot of folks.
Oh, absolutely. And I agree with that. There should be a monthly distribution. These Republicans don't want to give nobody nothing one time. Okay. So to do this and let's see what happens going forward. One at a time, maybe. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to do something monthly. I agree. But I just don't want to let the moment pass. When we talk about glass ceilings and this being quote unquote Black History Month and just that she's the one that breaks the tie. She's the one. This Black woman from a historically Black university. This sister. I just feel like I don't feel like we've arrived anywhere because we haven't. But I'm not gonna let this moment slip by. That it was, and not just a Black person, a Black woman.
I'll tell you something that, folks are like, okay, she's in, da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah. And the reason why she's going to be continuously celebrated is because when you there was this picture that I saw that really had a profound impact on me, because you saw all of the faces of the vice presidents that have existed over the last whatever, and then you saw hers, and all of the faces that have ever represented the country had been white male. All of them, and the fact that was okay for so long,
you
need to be ashamed of, the fact that, and that speaks to the biggest the biggest, what do you call it? The biggest upset, the biggest, what do you call it? The biggest traumatic situation as ever happens in this country, that we've only been governed through the lenses of white men.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, white men a lot of them had white men with socio-economic backgrounds that weren't equivalent to most of the people in the United States.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not saying you have to come from where I come from. What I'm saying is you have to understand what it is and have spent your time, working through things, or perhaps, looking at things through a different lens. It has been the corporation of the United States has been very, very segregated, and let's just hope that, we can start getting things in order that reflect the people of the United States, the melting pot. And then you got some cities in the United States that are huge melting pots, like New York, where, you can see that when we all get together. Like, I remember when we've had dramatic situations in New York, i.e. the World Trade, which was hit. And, we've had several different situations occur. And New Yorkers, if there is anything like that that's going on, and and I'm not gonna say New York doesn't have its moments as well, but we all, red, yellow, black, white, gay, straight, trans, whatever, all got together and made it through those Trade Center bombings, which affected the city in a major way, in a major way. Like, everybody was on deck to do what was right for the city. And that energy, I wish that it would have sustained us further than it has, but we tend to get amnesia and go back to the same thought processes to do what was right for the city.
Sorry.
And
it's me.
Tammy, too much, your fingers going back there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was my fault.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, we just have to make sure that we do not let this opportunity escape us. And I think we're sitting in it so long so that it sinks all the way in, because if not, we'll be setting ourselves up for the next situation that a lot of us may not survive. There has to be some learning out of this.
Absolutely. And the Republican Party, they going to learn, or we are going. It's either going to be the party of Q, or it's the party of Q, pretty much. Well, what's going on right now? And it's so funny. They really are saying that, Trump started this stuff. How they had to take all of this woman's, strip her of the project she was supposed to be working on, her committee assignments, because she is a Q believer. She believes in the conspiracy theories and the blah blah blah, right? But there are so many members that also stand for that now in that particular party. That's what they stand for now. They voted. They didn't want to have her excluded. She wanted to kill the women of color in the House. She had a big billboard with herself with an AK-57 or 47 pointed at the women of color in Congress. AOC, Ilhan, so the Democrats expelled her, and only 11 out of 200 and something Republicans voted to exclude her. Like, that's okay. So let me just say this. Any job. I go to work and I bring an AK-47, or I bring a gun to work, and it's against company policy to bring a gun. Why am I bringing a gun? I push past the guards, the security. That's what they're doing at the House. These are actually House of Representative people. These are congressmen doing this, right? But they're employees. And now Nancy Pelosi is finding them because she had to figure out how she was going to deal with them, because the Republican Party, these are Republicans, and the party is not dealing with them. She is threatening. Now, if I went to work with a billboard of myself holding the gun at different staff that I didn't like, let's just say. Even if I posted that online somewhere and it was discovered,
right,
I would be fired. I would be at the very least suspended or something, right? By my boss. She also threatened to put a bullet through Nancy Pelosi's head. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. So if you or I did that, threatened to kill the Speaker of the House, we'd be in jail. Forget that. But this woman, and if I did that with my boss, if I worked at McDonald's and my boss's name was Bob, and I publicly said that I wanted to put a bullet through Bob's head, I think Bob might fire me. I'd be fired.
Well,
also, let's just say one last thing. If there were people who raided the same McDonald's I was working in, right? People come storming into that McDonald's, and the employees of that McDonald's, go running and hiding in the back. And it's found out that I'm tweeting to them how to find us. Okay, open up the back door. If you're looking for Bob, the boss, he's in the second closet to the left. You think, and that's what she did. That's what the Republican members of the party are doing. So it's not about politics. It's not about tax reform and that stuff. Although I'm about those things, and some things, some things I'm of a conservative mind frame, and some things I'm more liberal in my mind frame of how things. I'm mostly liberal in my thinking, but some things I can be conservative about, right? This has nothing to do with whether I'm a Democrat or liberal or independent. This has to do with, are you fucking kidding me?
This is an angry bunch of folk that do not like change, and this is the pimple. This is what's in the. We all know that if you have a cystic acne, and you can't scrape the surface with it, because what's under all of that is pus. It oozes, and you're going to find out things that we've already known. There are people that do not want change. There are people that do not want a society that exists for all of us. And they are now willing to kill each other to keep it the same. And it's, listen, I don't think any of us that have spent any time fighting for anything, whether it's equality, whether it's justice, whether it's a education system worth a damn, because let's just face it, we got to really monitor what they're teaching our kids, how they're showing up, because it shows up in the behaviors, but I don't think any of us are surprised by that. In fact, like when folks stormed that Capitol, I remember my facial expression and what I felt like in my body. And I was like, well, what do we hear? And the fact that, and then I think I may have posted, at some point, the difference between a peaceful rally and how the military showed up under orders, and then how there was no presence until like maybe an hour after, on that one.
I think it was 2 hours.
And okay, and it sent a message. It just validated what we already knew, and even some of the verbiage that came out of it. If you listen to some of the audio that was captured, and people they thought so grandiose as they gave interviews on the way out. Yeah, we stormed this because this is what we do, or this is what you should do. Like, really? There were lives lost.
Yeah.
Really? There was property damage. Like, really? Like, this is where and again, it's not only the internal messages, the external messages as well, that you don't have control.
Yeah. Yeah.
It made us look bad, period. Folks taking people's mails and walking out with podiums and craziness, and you get caught in the airport you know, and you're now on a no-fly list. So you get caught in the airport and you're screaming out in a public airport as you have Nancy Pelosi's mail in your knapsack.
Yeah.
You got the lady's mail in your knapsack and you're talking about how unfair this is. You don't know unfair.
Exactly. You know,
and once again, being bought vegan food. You see, why'd you open this can of worms? Being bought vegan food because you're locked up. But, you know, there wasn't nothing vegan about your behavior. Wasn't nothing pure and organic about
Wait, hold on. So one lady, she's in jail, and she asked the judge for permission to go on her trip to Mexico, and the judge granted her to be released so she could go on her prepaid vacation.
How about that? And what is that saying? What is that? Because do you know anybody that's
remember the young man that got arrested for stealing a knapsack and sat there for 3 years without a trial or anything?
Yes, I do. Khalid Browder.
I mean, it's clear. But you know, those people out there were fools. One of them, at least, and he probably wasn't the only one. It came out that he didn't even vote. So he was arrested for storming the Capitol, protesting an election that he said was unfair, and he didn't even vote.
Sure.
A lot of them didn't vote. These people are bananas. They did that because they just a bunch of people that wanted to do that.
Because it doesn't mean, it has nothing to do with politics for them. It's about what is going to be changed if they don't want to. And they don't even realize that you could possibly benefit from the change. You just know it's change, and somebody said it's not the right change. Somebody that had a different motivation. And I just hope the hate pumpkin gets what he deserves in court in his trials. Now, because you know, he's doing these switch folks, and you know.
This thing that's getting ready to happen, this impeachment, he's not going to be impeached. I mean, well, he's already impeached, but you know, he's not going to be convicted in the Senate because there's not enough senators. There are not enough Republican senators that will do that.
With a backbone.
Excuse me?
Not enough with a backbone.
Exactly. If it was behind closed doors, if it was a private vote, then he would be. But being that it's going to be public, it's not going to be.
Let's talk about why. What's Donald got on them?
Sex tapes.
Well, you know,
sex tape, money laundering stuff. Who knows?
Because you know, you're only doing dirt with your homies. So at the end of the day, you know, he's got to know some information if you're afraid to put out publicly what you already know should happen.
Remember, he was a good friend with Jeffrey Epstein, and only the rich and powerful were dealing with him with these poor, you know.
Allegedly.
Excuse me?
Allegedly.
Allegedly what?
Follow me. Allegedly friends with Jeff Epstein, and allegedly used Trump models agency that closed right before he got appointed.
Yeah.
For things. Well, allegedly.
Okay, but what we do know is that Jeffrey Epstein was one of the biggest sex traffickers in modern times.
Allegedly.
We do know that Trump was friends with him. That's not alleged.
Allegedly.
There's a lot of
allegedly. Allegedly.
We do know that Trump likes to molest women, and that's
allegedly.
No, he admitted it. He said you could grab him by the pussy.
Allegedly.
How is that alleged when we got him on tape saying it?
Allegedly, because again, molest is
if
allegedly.
You grab somebody by the pussy, that's
JaVonne,
that's not molestation.
It's allegedly. I can't define it. It's allegedly for the purpose of this show. It is allegedly. Now you know, and I know what the fuck it is, but it's allegedly.
Okay, he allegedly grabs him by the pussy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm gonna make a damn song about that.
Yes, I think we should have a fun time with that one.
Allegedly. That's true. Okay. Allegedly. So he did a lot of alleged stuff with and he allegedly did a lot of stuff. And allegedly only the most powerful were able to do those things with him. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Mm-hmm.
And some of them were Democrats.
Allegedly.
And most of them are Republicans. And that's that. And I don't care. I don't care what their affiliation is. I don't care. If you did it, go to jail. I don't care. This is the thing. Oh, what about this one? I don't give a fuck. Is their last name Armstrong? Are they black and live in my family tree somewhere? Because if they not, I don't care. What is this allegiance to party over the country? I just don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Well, what about Hillary? I don't care. I don't care. If she did something illegal, she needs to go to jail too. I don't care. That's what people don't understand. When I sit up here and talk about what the Republicans are doing, I'm talking about it because you saw what happened. You saw what happened. That's them. If it was Democrats, I'd be like, and the Democrats are doing this, and look at what happened. But they didn't do it this time. This time. They could do it next time. I'm not saying they won't. I'm one for keeping the blame and the focus where it belongs, goddammit. Allegedly. Where it allegedly belongs, okay? And that's where it got, dog. I saw Duck Dynasty, Peter Pan, and the Proud Boys, okay? That's all I'm saying, allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's allegedly who they were. I don't know.
Alleged. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, it's very shady, but you can toss, you have to, because, even because we live in a country where the right to sue is prominent. We live in a country where somebody can get caught with their hand in the cookie jar on the kitten and still say they didn't do it. Wasn't me.
They could be all up in the trenches.
All up in the trenches. It wasn't. And still say it wasn't me. So we'll say, okay, allegedly. Allegedly. And that's the one word that frees yourself of it not being stated as a fact, so that no one ever will say, despite what we already know, ...
Exactly. And the producer is asking that we move on and talk about Wednesday night, which is a much more pleasant topic.
Yes.
And I'm gonna let you take this since you're married to this guy. You're married to everybody, Terez. I don't know. These Terezosexuals out here. She said
well, Wednesday nights, we have the super duper pleasure of introducing my baby daddy, allegedly.
Alleged baby daddy.
My alleged baby daddy. No. The amazing, talented singer, songwriter, actor, Rasan Patterson. To the basement, he's coming to hang out with us, y'all. And I know that his conversations won't be alleged. And we are going to have a super time. So join us on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what's that, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West Coast. Y'all figure it out. Yeah, we're going to have Rasan Patterson, who I can't wait to sit down and talk to. I haven't spoken to him in a minute. Hey, he's just an amazing songwriter. So if you songwriter, if you don't know who Yeah, that's right. Kids Incorporated. Exactly. Yeah. And that's when he was a young Rasan, but we knew he was destined for greatness. He also sang at my wedding. He sang the song that Mo, that you didn't see televised, Mo walked to. So Can We Wait a Minute, which is amazing. So y'all should download that because it is really, really beautiful. But that is the song that she walked to. And I can't wait to have them on. Just give them some cyber love.
Cyber love. So let's do rapid fire.
Rapito.
Rapido. Okay, Terez. Here you go.
Uh-oh.
Republican.
Assholes.
Democrats.
Assholes.
Liberals.
Sometimes assholes.
Independents.
Free thinking.
Popularity.
Subjective.
Fame.
Can be traumatizing.
Women.
Lovely.
Money.
Necessary.
Children.
Beautiful.
Tight.
What was the last one?
Tight.
Tight.
I heard you. That's bad. I heard you. I am an empath, you know.
Flip. My turn. Oh, you still going?
Yeah, I wanted to give you 15 because
okay. All right, shoot.
This is just my number. Sexuality.
Fluid.
Terez.
Layered.
Monifa.
Super layered.
Motherhood.
Oh, special.
Shaka Khan.
Fire.
Yeah.
All right, Silky. Government.
Piss.
Society.
Organized.
Education.
Necessary.
Self-care.
Valuable.
Pandemic.
Tragedy.
Community.
Popularity.
Love.
Elusive.
Sex.
Plentiful.
New York Giants.
Fan.
Women.
Beautiful.
Village.
Family.
Economics.
Tight.
Money.
Green.
Finance.
Better.
Food.
More.
Health.
Less.
Mental health.
Chronic.
Therapy.
Intense.
Men.
Brothers.
Father.
Daddy.
Mother.
Love.
Transportation.
Car.
Nature.
Blessing.
Animals.
Puppies. Puppies.
Earth.
Mother.
Black women.
Earth.
Black men.
Pride.
All right, JaVonne. Shaka Khan.
Fluid.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was well over 20, but
yeah, that was good. That was good.
One leads to another, and had I like and my sage burned out, so I probably would have gone a lot. I could have turned a couple of corners, but we're already over time.
Exactly. I really dig that too. It's so funny. I puppies. I do think I love, you know what? I love anything young. Anything young. Like, I adore puppies. I adore kittens. Show me a baby lion, a cub, any kind of cub. Show me a baby, a human baby,
You like beginnings.
Oh, I love beginnings. A flower that's just starting to bud, like just a little stem with 2 little leaves on it. Just anything that's brand new. Not to say that I don't treasure and value what's ancient and, what has matured. For me, that, there's a cycle, but there's so much hope in the beginning of everything. And it's beautiful, it's playful, it's happy, it's new.
Yeah, but there's something beautiful. New is always like beautiful and happy, and beginnings fresh. There's something equally as exciting about cultivating something and maturing and making it classic too.
Yeah,
it's good. I think that's probably why I always love children and seniors. Because you benefit from them both being in the middle of that.
Exactly. Pops is bouncing. He's saying, all right, in this damn show, y'all talking too much. Talk offline. Y'all can just chit chat if you want to. We love you, Pop. And thank you again for Wednesday. I'm one of those people that is forever grateful. When somebody do me a kindness, I don't forget that. I will thank you until you are annoyed by it. And but that's because I so appreciate it, because people don't have to do shit for you. And time is a commodity. And when people spend time with you, that's the most valuable thing they can give you, is their time. So I want to thank you, Rezi, for giving me your time each and every Wednesday night and Saturday and whenever I call. And thank you, Pop, and thank you. I'm talking directly to you, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're appreciated. I even thank that brother I had or sister that I had to block just for, finding us. Thank you.
Teaching us a new skill.
And for teaching us a new skill. Love you all. And see you next time. See you next time.
See you Wednesday night.
Definitely. Definitely.
I've waited all my life for this moment to